Hello everyone, this is Mr. Informal back with the new, latest, and greatest Mr. Informal podcast. This is the Mr. Informal podcast 199. One more and it will be 200. I cannot wait. Not really going to do anything for 200, but hey, it is something. So, I hope you are doing well today. Wherever you are in the world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you are enjoying life, and certainly I hope you are having a great time. So, please do not forget to add me on Instagram, MisterInformal, and then check out my website, mrinformal.com, MRINFORMAL.com. So, what do we have for podcast 199? Alo Yoga has accepted crypto payments. Number 2, Maybelline has started a mental health podcast. Imagine that. Number 3, Joe Biden is promising to make shipping costs lower. And last but not least, number 4 is retailers are having poor planning in regards to their stocks, items, and inventory, whatever you want to call it. So those are the 4 topics for this Mr. Informal podcast. And so let's go ahead and start the podcast. So topic number 1 is from retaildive.com, titled Alo Yoga accepts crypto payments, allow crypto paychecks. So Alo Yoga is basically an athletic apparel and wellness products. Think of Lululemon competition. So in the article, betting big on future of Web3, lifestyle brand Alo Yoga now accepts cryptocurrency as payment for online purchases, accepting to a press release shared with Retail Dive. Customers who pay using crypto will be given 1 free month of Alo Moves, the company's online fitness class subscription. The direct-to-consumer retail will also allow employees to have full or partial paychecks deposited directly into crypto wallets. That's going to be interesting. Alo Yoga plans to launch a NFT, a collection, and corresponding apparel line ahead of September's New York Fashion Week per release. Interesting. So, the Alo community has grown exponentially over the past few years. They're fan vibrant and craving new, authentic ways to engage with us. As early adopters, Web3 has become a large part of their daily lives, and we want to meet them where they're at. This includes us forging the way for wellness within the metaverse, digital fashion, cryptocurrency, and NFTs, said Angelic Bendet, VP and Head of Marketing at Alo Yoga. Well, as I said many times in previous podcasts, more and more companies will accept cryptocurrency. The interesting part of that about this move is that they're letting employees, or they have set up a direct deposit to a crypto wallet so that employees can opt to use it or not. Also, there is a benefit of using the crypto wallet. Is basically once you use it, you will get a access to their online fitness videos. That is interesting. As you can tell, that Alo move here is basically trying to collect as much crypto as they can, because crypto is the future. I mean, if I was them, I'd probably do the same thing too. And I just want to let you know, if you don't know Alo Yoga, they are a competition of Leisurewear or Lululemon or Athleta. Not only that, they are also owned by Levi's. Levi's bought Alo Yoga, I think 2020 or 2021, one of those, to get into leisurewear, because Levi's is mostly known for their denim brands, basically casual and lifestyle wear. They're not into leisure wear or lounge wear. And this is interesting also, that this also gives those crypto holders the benefit of also buying into Alo Yoga. If Lululemon doesn't want to accept it, hey, they can go to Alo Yoga to buy using their crypto. Now, I do not know what crypto they will accept. Probably Ethereum, probably Bitcoin. Could they accept Dogecoin? I don't know. It could be anything from here. But this is an absolute good move. Not only is that, this is also benefiting to those who love crypto and those crypto holders. It's pretty obvious that crypto may be the future of currency, especially with the inflation going on right now. On to topic number 2 from retail.com titled Maybelline Launches Mental Health Podcast. Alongside other brands experimenting with audio, Maybelline New York launches its I'm Fine You podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Stitcher on Thursday. The cosmetic brand announced on Tuesday the podcast is part of its Brave Together initiative, which aims to address stigma behind anxiety and depression. Chrissy Rutherford, brand consultant and former special projects director at Harper Bazaar, will host the podcast and feature guests like gold medal gymnast Ali Raisman, therapist Nedra Glover, and Tawab and psychiatrist Sasha Hamdani. Each guest will choose mental health organization to which the brand will donate. The company it is committed to donating $10 million and reaching a million people by 2025. So if you don't know, Maybelline is basically cosmetic and hygiene products. I think they're mostly cosmetics, but their known commercial goes, maybe it's Maybelline. That is their commercial, and I think this is a great move for them. I know that since they're a cosmetic brand, or should we say beauty brand, especially if we're talking about beauty, when it comes to women take that very seriously. Women get anxiety, they get into depression, they do have problems of being called ugly, they even have problems of being called beautiful because it gives them too many attention in a bad way. Not only that, many people will say they're fake because they're wearing makeup or they don't have a natural beauty, so and so. It really depends, but to their defense, I think this is a great move for Maybelline. Not only that, they can bring in other people too, because one thing people don't know is that Maybelline is a huge brand. I mean, especially internationally, heck, especially in the US. I mean, they're not as maybe popular as before, but hey, they are a well-known brand. I mean, there's no denying, even I know them just because of the commercial, and also just because of friends and family. I'm sure a lot of people uses them. So in one of the paragraphs, while Maybelline has turned its attention to mental health, other brands are centering the podcast on arts and culture. In April, Tommy Hilfiger unveiled its 5-part podcast series, The Invisible Seam: Unsung Stories of Black Culture and Fashion, to amplify the forgotten contribution of Black people and American fashion. So basically, it's just saying that Maybelline is focusing on this while others are focusing on that. It doesn't really matter. I'm sure every brand is gonna get into the podcast game. Maybe I'll make a topic off of that. But this is a great move for Maybelline because since we're just talking about beauty, there's a lot of women out there who need makeup to look good, and I think they do need someone to listen to, or give them motivation, or give them some inspiration and aspiration that it's okay not to wear makeup, or it's okay to be depressed, because there's also other people to be being depressed. But at the same time, it's all about when you fall, what ways do you stand up again, or what are ways for you to rise up again? It just really depends. But in the action that we are speaking of Maybelline creating a podcast, this is a great move for them. On to the third topic. Joe Biden just signed a law to lower shipping costs. Will it work? From supplychain.com. The Ocean Shipping Reform Act allows for more enforcement of rising fees, but shippers say the law isn't a silver bullet. President Joe Biden has signed the Ocean Shipping Reform Act of 2022 into law on Thursday, promising sweeping changes to the ocean shipping industry. After more than 2 years of port congestion delays and rising costs, the high-profile bill, which sails through the House earlier this week, is part of Biden administration attempt to rein in consumer price inflation to hit a new 40-year high this month. I promise to crack down on ocean carriers whose prices hike have hurt American families and American businesses, Biden said in a press conference Thursday, and today I'm proud to say that we got done on a bipartisan basis. Look, I don't know how this law will do in terms of shipping cost, but everybody wants their stuff to be shipped, and we don't have enough ports, we don't have enough people, we don't have enough trailers, we don't have enough containers, we don't have enough ship. I mean, sooner or later there's gonna be a supply and demand big huge difference. Apparently there's too many demand and not enough supply, or you can say too many supply and not enough demand, but whichever you want to call it. I'm not entirely sure what this will do. Is that so? In the article it says we have received hundreds of complaints from shippers, said Rep. John Garamendi, a Democrat from California, who sponsored the initial House version of this bill. Again, these people don't seem to think that it's not just the port that's having problem, it's also air freight. Also, gasoline prices. I mean, they're only focusing on one thing. How about the cost of shipping something in terms of what you don't see? What about the gas, petrol, fossil fuels? What about the people? Or do we even have enough people? I mean, you can say that it can cost lower, but everyone seems to be buying online. Or you can say everyone's shipping stuff by air now. It's not just the port. Also, I would certainly tell Joe Biden, look, I don't understand why LA has to be, the port of the United States. Why can we add Seattle? Why can't we add San Francisco? In the East Coast, why can't we add New Jersey or Florida, or anybody in the coast, basically? I mean, does everything have to go through LA nowadays? Long Beach? So there are just too many questions and not enough answers, but I think this is just a small solution to the bigger problem here. Honestly, to me, this does not solve the issue when it comes to the port. I think that last year he made the port 24 hours. I mean, it's still not stopping anything. Maybe you should tell companies to stop making stuff overseas and actually make stuff in here. I mean, anybody ever thought of that? Oh wait, because he doesn't want to do that, because if he does that, he's basically doing what Donald Trump is doing. And nobody wants to do that, even though technically he was right. On to the last topic, and this topic I have been banging on about this many times on previous podcasts, even last year. So from Retail Dive, titled Old Navy Struggles with Demand Planning Due to Supply Chain Delays. Old Navy is rebalancing its inventory mix after shipping delays impacted demand planning, leaving the company with excess product that is out of sync with consumer preference, executives said on a Q1 earnings call in May. Delays have extended the usual 12-week pipeline of core categories, which has significantly limited the brand's responsibilities, Gap CEO Sonia Singhal said. Lower than expected demand for retail size exclusive line also exacerbated excess inventory levels. Old Navy will scale back its selection of inclusive sizes and has already canceled a significant portion of extended sizes. Extended sizes mean plus sizes for those big, heavy, fat people out there. Old Navy has been working to place orders earlier vendors to ensure on-time deliveries after port congestion caused lengthy delays and pushed the retail to rely more on air freight, executives said in November, but the retailer's quest on lower freight costs improved delivery times left it out of touch with the current fashion trends. So, look, it's not just Old Navy that's having this problem. It's basically everybody. But this is where I've been banging on about this poor planning stuff many times. Whatever that is selling for you, you can call it bestseller, you can call it core, you can call it classical. Anything that is the bestseller for you, order it more and order it 3 times the amount. How hard can that concept be understand, especially with what's going on right now? Now, if it's just, without the pandemic, fine, order whatever you want. But when you have these long delays, it's better to order more of your core style, your bestseller now, and order it 3 times the amount. This way, you are not losing the profits, you are not losing customers, and you are not losing the sales. It's pretty obvious. Now, if you want to do it that's trend setting, that is different, then you got to prepare. You got to plan that out way in advance. And for some reason, a lot of these brands, and Old Navy is getting hit by this, do not know how to plan. This means that whoever is the people in Old Navy that are working just do not know how to plan. They just suck. That's it. It's that simple. Now, I haven't met these people. Now, again, so not only Old Navy, I'm sure there's other people out there. It's probably Express. It's probably Zara. It's probably Nike. Oh, especially Nike. It's definitely Levi's. So and so. But it's pretty obvious that if I was these companies, if I was Old Navy right now, I would order for holiday, for Christmas season right now. Absolutely right now. I mean, I would not hold back. I would just order as many as I can for my bestsellers and core styles or classical styles right now. And if you want to do something different for Christmas, do it. Do it right now. I mean, as much as I hate to say this, and they may be left with inventory, but that's fine. They can always scale back come January, because that's where a lot of companies always scales back anyways. So it's better to do it now. But, this is not surprising to me. I'm glad that Old Navy is getting hit by this, and hopefully the other brands out there would learn from Old Navy. And so that basically concludes this Mr. Informal Podcast 199. Again, I go by the name of Mr. Informal. I hope you enjoy this podcast. I hope you listen to me from beginning to end. And if you did, I do appreciate it. And if I gave you some insights, again, I do appreciate it. I hope you're having a great day or wherever you are. And please do not forget to add me on Instagram, MisterInformal. That's Mr. Informal. And then check out my website, mrinformal.com. MisterInformal.com. And so those are the 4 topics for this Mr. Informal Podcast 199. And so I will see you in the next podcast. Bye-bye.